Welcome to the Blueprint Tour, where we visit industry experts from all corners of the construction industry to overcome trust hurdles and build community. I'm Kenny Shultz, and this Season 3 episode was recorded live at the 2024 CREI Summit in Atlanta. If you're interested in using digital tools like social media, podcasting, email, and AI to drive your business development and real estate, you don't want to miss the 2025 CREI Summit happening in the beautiful Palm Desert, California. Now, let's get into today's conversation.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, we have Brandon on the mic. We'll do an official intro. All right. Blueprint Tour,
Season 3, Episode
6. We got Brandon with us, who we met on a Spaces chat. I remember talked to him a few times, and we'll get into that. Twitter's a really cool spot.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, so give us a quick intro. I mean, a lot of people, if they're on Twitter, probably already know about you, but yeah, so let's give a quick intro and we'll dive in.
Yeah, so my name's Brandon Avedikian. I'm the founder of Aspire commercial real estate brokerage property management firm based in Houston. We are coming up on a year and a half old, so new firm, and we've got 7 agents, 4 overseas support staff. We call it our ops team, and we've got Topher Stevenson starting as our head of operations on Monday. So that's a big.
Is that a Twitter person? I don't recognize that name.
Yep. His name's Christopher Stevenson.
Okay.
Goes by Topher.
Mm-hmm. So I remember one of the spaces we were on, there was I forget his name. He had built this giant company. You're asking questions about like recruiting and stuff.
Chad, yeah.
Yeah. And the challenges, because we have very similar ones, competing against some of the big engineer recruiting type companies. First of all, nobody really dreams of becoming a metal square engineer of air going through it. So, picking are slim for us, and so and it has to be regulated, it's licensed, just like brokerage. So it's difficult to find.
A lot harder to get a license in your field than ours, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I wish it was a little harder for us.
Yeah, create a little bit more of a barrier to make sure people really want to get into it. How many people start and just say, "Fuck this, I don't want to do it anymore"?
in real estate,
in brokerage, like
I don't think there's very many people that start getting their license and quit because the license is too hard. They quit because it's too hard to get momentum, and it takes several years of disciplined, focused effort to have a chance. And in addition to effort, it's really important to be at a firm and working under people that really will train and invest in you. It's a very competitive industry.
What are the kinds of things like a junior broker does? I mean, do they just go straight out to the wolves and say, go sell? Or are they just like incrementally getting introduced to the market? How does that work?
So that varies significantly depending on what your discipline is. And so, different firms have different approaches. Our approach is to hire someone as an analyst, pay them a salary for a couple years so that they can be focused exclusively on learning, helping the more senior brokers on their projects, and not be worried about where their next meal is going to come from, but really learn the business soup to nuts, and learn the client service aspect, learn the reporting aspect, learn the process instead of just, hey, day one, just start hitting the phones and let me know if you have any questions.
Ken was talking about that, and I resonated with you.
Wake up every day unemployed.
Yeah, he's like, I wake up every day unemployed.
Could probably get in the way of you trying to genuinely learn and soak up information. If you're just, it might get to a point of stress where you need to eat, and you're just trying to close a deal instead of actually just taking it all in and learning.
He also mentioned the word slow pay, which we have a similar problem. Like that, some people will slow pay the broker fees and stuff, and engineering fees are very similar. We get a lot of slow payers out there. It's painful, time value money
for sure.
So and then he talked about, do you guys work in the office or remote, or what's the structure?
We're in the office, and so I mean the part of hiring Topher, he's remote. He lives in Maine, but our operations team is overseas, and so like our brokerage team is all in the office. As we grow to other markets, there's going to be a heavy in-office focus. I especially brokerage. We were just talking about how hard it is to learn and how much training is required. I don't know how you can really do that remotely. And so the brokers, the training, the relationship building with colleagues, that all happens in the office, but we don't need our operations to be in the same place.
That's the biggest takeaway I've really just took for granted, is because I'm more senior level engineer, but juniors want mentors. They want to be there in the meetings, just sit there, listen to the deal. That's the best way to learn. Carter, you did a lot of that when you were there. Either just one meeting, it was like somebody wanting us to pay $1 million for some nonsense BS, you know how the industry gets. And so Carter's like, can I be in the meeting with you? I was like, sure, why not? Because you got it. That's the industry, and that's how you learn. Like, see what's happening in the high stakes kind of positions that the senior people are usually called to deal with. You know, as you become more and more senior and you run the business, I always tell people only talk to me anymore when they're mad, like, because so let me talk to Kenny, then I'll yell at him. Everybody else gets, you know, the friendly meetings. That's just an exaggeration, but that's basically where you go. But when you're there, you don't have that mentor need in an office, and we forgot that, I guess. And brokerage, it makes sense. Generally, that's a big case for office work, you know, bringing in more juniors, and how else the hell are they going to learn? We have a remote team too. We own a subsidiary company in India, so we have a team there that works, and they do a great job. But even then, like, we'll have them on meetings and try to give them some level of exposure directly to the consulting. How does that work? How does that work for y'all? Is that easy to manage? Is it a similar time zone, your remote work?
So we've got 2 in the Philippines, and we have 2 in Honduras, actually. So Honduras is easy because right now they're an hour behind. When the time changes, they'll be on the same time zone. Philippines, they do work during our business hours. So
yeah, it could be challenging for sure.
We had to get like as close to in-office experience as we can with the coaching guys during that period. You know, I mean, obviously we can't be in office, but they started working night shift, which was our day shift. And it was like, come join us, be on the meetings, like put the pieces together about what it's really like to be on a meeting and do the behind the scenes work. And that was the best thing we've ever done for them now.
There's something to be said for having work happen around the clock, 24 hours, and maybe we'll go that direction with part of the team in the future, but we're still learning. I'm still learning how to integrate you know, the overseas team into how to effectively and most efficiently do it. And so it'd be hard for me to send messages of what to do, and then I'm, you know, asleep while they're doing it. We're just not, we need to be a little more, we need to have some more processes further implemented, more advanced than to do that.
You got to earn that autonomy, really. Otherwise, you just got to be so closely connected.
Yeah, what's Ricardo say? He's like, treat like a baby until I don't have to.
yeah. It's like the grading that can seem is really not untrue. You know.
Yeah.
We've had the same troubles. We've had our office for probably 8 years, and we've only finally, like, the subsidiary office and the same team. In fact, most everybody's on the team now have been with us almost that whole time.
Yeah.
And they're great now. They are able to 10-minute conversation and turns into a full 8-hour day. It's great engineering, but it took all types of crazy experiments that didn't work. Jesus.
So they're actually doing engineering work for you?
Not technically, since that's a regulated thing, but they are under our direct supervision and control, of course, from a regulation standpoint. They're doing the designs, drafting. We'll give them we use like the Zoom notes from meetings, and it'll give you the great AI summaries that they can kind of look at. We'll record all the meetings. They can look at that. We do a meeting every morning with our team, each trade in discipline, like mechanical, electrical, plumbing will be in the little spaces. Well, not spaces, but Slack, what do you call them? Huddles. We'll like have the department huddles going. And that's a chance for like the senior on the U.S. team to say, all right, here's what we got. You got any questions? But send them, and they'll do the load calcs based on the direction, they'll equipment selections, great ideas. One of the biggest challenges we had was getting somebody to challenge our ideas, to tell you like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? It's a bad idea.
Cultural thing.
Yeah, and that was a cultural thing. You know, if you say, I want you to do this, they would be like, okay. Honestly, engineers suck at that anyway. Most engineers will just do what you ask, and it's not the right way to act. You should be asking questions, making sure they really want what they're asking for.
Yeah, just because you're asked something doesn't mean it makes sense. Sometimes people are in a hurry. Sometimes people haven't thought through it themselves before they ask.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess, do you have similar challenges? Like you give a direction and somebody does it and you're like, they might be right. They might say, well, you told me to do it. And you're like, I know, but it's kind of a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I always encourage people when they're learning, like, think about the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
When you're asked to do something, don't just do it. Like, try to understand why you're being asked to do it. If you just look at it in a vacuum, it may feel like busy work. You may not understand. But if you try to, I can promise you, I'm not asking you to do things for fun, just because I want to keep you busy. Like, there is a rhyme and a reason behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to understand the bigger picture, not only will you do it better, but you'll learn the business and you'll be that much quicker to being able to operate, go from a junior to a senior.
Yeah. Looks like we might have to wrap. They might have a speech coming, but we'll dive into, we'll catch up after this anyway.
Yeah.
So, but
Thanks
I
for
think
having
Tom's
me.
about to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate
Thanks,
it. We'll do
man.
the outro music officially. All right. Give
That's a
Brandon a
wrap.
follow. He's right there. This is Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All
See you
right.
guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.